Today, I want to talk about how the ape conversion lawsuit is about to be dismissed over the next few weeks. New information has come to light to show just how ragtag and unprofessional this lawsuit actually is, meaning it will definitely be thrown out as frivolous, and was likely simply used as a delay tactic by the shorts. So stay tuned and let's make some money. And now I want to dive straight in with the key information. So, America tweeted saying a letter was filed today to the judge in the Allegheny lawsuit, admitting that the results of the shareholder vote is detrimental to Allegheny's frivolous claims. It says the recent ape vote reveals the plaintiff's claims have absolutely zero merit. The letter says my motion did not argue the ultimate merits due to word limitations and because the company and I are aligned with respect to the ultimate disposition. And he said that said, since the submission of my reply, a new fact has emerged that is detrimental if not fatal to the plaintiff's case, aka to Allegheny's case. It says of the common stockholders who voted at the March 14th meeting for AMC specifically, not on those ape shares, approximately 70% voted in favour of the proposals. Now we know where the vote is concerned. For the ape votes, any non-votes were counted as yes votes, but we know for AMC specifically, they only counted votes, and still 70% of votes said yes. And he said the plaintiff's complaints collectively allege at least 12 times in their complaint that the company's proposal is contrary to the common shareholders' wishes. The vote has just revealed the exact opposite. And it says of the common shareholders who cared enough to vote, an overwhelming majority sided with the company and the board. Therefore, not including those non-votes counted as yes, just simply looking at the actual votes, many ape shareholders still obviously voted yes, at least 70% of them. And therefore, the recent vote does indeed reveal the plaintiff's claims to have absolutely zero merit. But on top of that, Allegheny has posted a docket correspondence to the judge, and we've now got people who don't even represent us as apes writing to the judge on Allegheny's behalf. But fortunately, this letter written to the judge on Allegheny's behalf contains zero evidence, multiple spelling mistakes. He even spells Adam Aaron incorrectly and has even accused Adam Aaron of working for the hedge funds. Now we know that Adam Aaron has tweeted multiple times that he is doing all he can to help AMC as a company and effectively cause the squeeze because he has such a massive financial interest in AMC. You have to remember that he's pretty much so far done everything we've requested of him, even though he hasn't fed back a lot of information back to us, which I do want him to do more of. He has at least considered everything we've suggested. I obviously touched on in my video yesterday why share intel wouldn't be useful, and I've also touched on in a number of previous videos why an NFT dividend wouldn't really work either, because obviously multiple other companies have done the exact same thing and their stocks still haven't squeezed, and if anything have gone down even further than AMC. This email basically suggests the AMC ape conversion should not go ahead because he's 100% sure that CEO of AMC is involved with a hedge funds. This email contains zero evidence as to why an ape conversion and AMC reverse split is actually bad, and simply says that he knows that Adam Aaron, spelled incorrectly, is working for a hedge funds. If anything, all this email brings attention to is the fact the SEC isn't doing their job by allowing these hedge funds and criminals to commit illegal practices. Which obviously isn't Adam Aaron's fault, and if anything, this email should really be addressed to the SEC to stop illegal hedge fund operations. Now on top of that, Bananasaurus tweeted some fun information on the AMC and ape lawsuit. It said Allegheny, aka the plaintiff, refused to do depositions before April 27th because AMC submitted 47,000 pages of document discovery and the plaintiff, aka Allegheny, submitted none. They know they have no evidence whatsoever and are simply trying to delay the conversion and reverse split until after April 27th. Maybe there's something that's going to happen on or around April 27th or beforehand, but I'll touch on that later in the video. But so far it just seems like a clear attempt to delay the split. He said as the plaintiff refuses to depose prior to April 27th, it seems like it's purely a stall tactic with no evidence. And as Crystal Ball tweeted, he said it appears these individuals from Allegheny suing AMC are what you'd call facetious litigants. That means that Allegheny, on a regular occurrence, open frivolous lawsuits against all kinds of different companies. As Crystal Ball tweeted, he said two of the plaintiffs both have a recent history on filing lawsuits against other individuals and companies. Obviously, these lawsuits tend to go nowhere and tend to get thrown out pretty quickly. The first lawsuit is against a company called DMY Technology Group. Now, DMY Technology Group was a SPAC, or a special purpose acquisition company, and they tried to open a lawsuit against DMY Technology for buying another company. So it seems like the motivations of Allegheny are simply to try and spread fear and delay the reverse split, trying to cost AMC money in the meantime and giving the shorts more time to push the price of AMC's stock down. But obviously, fortunately, this lawsuit will soon be thrown out as frivolous, at least at April 27th at the latest. But now, why are they trying to delay till April 27th specifically, rather than just letting the lawsuit get thrown out now? Well, as Victoria tweeted, AMC is still having glitches, and it seems that even GameStop is having glitches as well, with just how much value of GameStop is held by institutional investors. And it seems that Fintel is marking GameStop and AMC at a different price per share compared to what it's actually trading for right now. We can see with GameStop specifically, the market cap for GameStop is $7.2 billion, but yet institutions are somehow holding $27 billion worth of shares. Institutions are holding 91 million shares of GameStop valued at $27.7 billion. That means clearly these institutions are using a higher value for GameStop to meet their margin requirements. But it also means the true value of GameStop is likely not the current traded value. And the exact same thing is happening with AMC as well. Institutional investors hold 134 million AMC shares, but those are valued at $5 billion. That means they're currently valuing GameStop shares around $300 per share, and they're also valuing AMC shares well over $50 per share as well. Now, obviously, neither GameStop nor AMC is trading anywhere close to $300 or $50 at the moment, but they're still using these higher values. Maybe these institutions are clearly expecting the price of GameStop and AMC to increase significantly over the next few weeks. And that's likely because, as Unusual Wells has tweeted, JP Morgan believes that right now the market is already past the point of no return. JP Morgan says the US is probably headed for a recession as economic engines are about to turn off. That means that at this point a recession is practically guaranteed, and they're expecting the stock market to crash heavily. And obviously we know that if the market does crash heavily, if many hedge funds end up being liquidated, that will cause the squeeze, as these hedge funds will be forced to close out of their short positions. But I do have a quick warning for you if you're currently using Robinhood, as Robinhood have just changed their customer agreements. As Suspended POS tweeted, he said, in case anyone missed this, Robinhood changed customer agreements and now added that if you use abusive language towards them, they will close your account. He said it's a huge red flag. He said they need an excuse to jack your shares and force you to take a loss. And he said that potentially tells him they're going to pull some more malarkey soon. The price of AMC and GameStop are likely to explode again, and the buy button could soon be taken away once more, or effectively your account just closed. As Biotech Moves tweeted, he said, note the Robinhood policy covers inappropriate conduct towards Robinhood and its affiliates. And he said that means Citadel. He said that funny meme you retweeted about Citadel yesterday just gave Robinhood the right to sell your AMC, Ape and GameStop IOUs at their convenience and close your account. I also wanted to quickly touch on Gary Gensler's massive problem. Right now, Gary has tweeted saying that today's markets are not as fair and competitive as possible for individual investors. And he said, therefore, to modernise our market system and make it work better for everyone, we made 4 proposals on key parts of our equity market system. Now, obviously, none of these proposals actually address the unfairities in the market or help fix illegal hedge fund operations. But what Gary Gensler is asking for is a massive increase to the SEC budget. Now, while the SEC does need a budget increase to fight illegal short sellers, it's likely they probably won't receive this increase. Gary Gensler has attended Capitol Hill to discuss why he needs a massive budget increase for effectively empty buildings that do zero work. Many members of Congress obviously don't like Gary Gensler because of his massive recent failures and his massive recent blunders. Therefore, Gary Gensler likely isn't going to get the budget increase to effectively make markets fair. Effectively, Gary has shot himself in his own foot. He knows that he needs more money to fight illegal market manipulation, but he's not going to get that money because of his recent blunders. So therefore, it looks like once again, the SEC will still probably end up being useless over the next year or two. I think what we really need to see is a complete reform in the SEC without Gary Gensler for them to actually get an increased budget to fight market manipulation. But guys, be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. And as always, guys, be sure to ding that notification bell, because that way you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. Cheers.